How funny. Good morning, y'all. I see everybody's already up in the chat. That is awesome. Good morning, y'all. Andy, we got Andy in here. We got Christian in here. Rod, what's up, you guys? You guys. I'm trying to come on at 6:45 a.m. So I'm only a minute or two late. Jeepers creepers, give me a break, guys. How you guys doing this morning? What's up? What's up? Say hi in the chat. Let me know if my sound's good, my cam's good. You can see me. Everything's on this morning. What's up? What's up? Excuse me. We're here now. We are here now. Good, good, good. You're late. Dexter's on. Dexter, I haven't seen you in a minute. Who was just on that dropped off? That's crazy. But anyways, guys, hey, really, really good morning to y'all. 10 push-ups. Oh, 10 push-ups for being late, I think Dexter's going to say. Well, interestingly enough, one of the funny things I had planned for today was to let you guys decide my workouts. I didn't know what I wanted to work out today. I've kind of done a lot this week. I played golf yesterday, full body workout, legs, hips. So I've done kind of everything. My elbow's still bothering me quite a bit. Something's wrong with it. I don't know what I did to my elbow. Still has some issues, but we just work through it like a man. We don't care. So yeah, so anything that you guys would like me to do as far as the physical exercises today, if you guys want to learn certain exercises, or if you guys just want to coach me around and make me look stupid or whatever, it's all good, man. I'll do what you guys want today as far as workout or exercises. Yes, Christian, happy Easter weekend. Happy Black Friday. It ain't Black Friday, man. I'm having one of those mornings this morning already, guys. And this is one of those mornings that I did definitely not want to come down here and do this, man. My bed felt so warm and I felt so good. We went to bed a little bit late last night. And I played golf yesterday afternoon, so legs lift and air squats. Okay, that sounds gay, but I'll do that. Sure. Leg lifts and air squats. This is not a female fitness show. This is a man workout. I'm just kidding. No, we can definitely do some leg lifts and some air squats for you. No problem. It'll be funsies. Although my legs do get sore, guys. If you've ever walked an 18-hole golf course and played golf and walked a lot of extra looking for your ball in the bushes, it's a lot of walking, dude. And my knee is such a bad thing, man. I need a knee replacement in my right knee, but the doctor keeps telling me I'm too young. They said knee replacements only last like 10 years or 15 years or whatever. They're like, that's how long they last. So you're going to have 2 or 3 of those things. You have to get them replaced every 10 years or something. I'm like, So they said, you don't want to have 3 or 4 knee replacements. So they told me I got to wait. So now I wait and I just walk around with half a knee. So anyways, Andy said he went out to dinner last night and was proud that he had blackened chicken breast with rice and beans. Andy, you know what, man? If you're going to do this challenge with me, right? 60 days goes by pretty quickly, believe it or not. Yeah. If you're going to do the challenge with me, and we do want to actually reduce the amount of belly fat that we have in a 60-day time period, right? This is the 60-day six-pack challenge, right? I'm trying to get myself a six-pack like when I was a 19-year-old kid in 60 days, but I'm 46 years old. It don't work that easy no more. But looking for my ball in the bushes. That sounds suspicious. Well, that's a lot of golf, man. They shouldn't call it golfing for most people. They should call it searching. You're searching for where you hit your last bad shot. That's for sure. But I thought that you guys could have fun and poke me around the garage and let me know what you want me to do for workouts and stuff like that. I was thinking of doing more of a full body workout today. I do play golf on Saturday mornings, as you guys know, every Saturday morning. So I definitely don't want my definitely don't want to do heavy like triceps or heavy like biceps today. That was the only thing I don't want to do because it does kind of jack up your golf swing. And right now, my right elbow still has a problem. It ain't no big deal, though. It ain't no big deal. We work through it. So we'll do whatever you guys want. But I thought for as far as talking about the financial side of things, because as you all know, this is physical and financial fitness with Patrick. If you're new to the channel, then you're probably going to want to, sorry, I'm reading comments and getting lost this morning, but you probably just want to join in, right? If you guys want to look better physically, try to have a better physical body and try to have a better pocketbook, a better financial life, more financial freedom and all that stuff. It's what we talk about on this channel. Do it about 6:45 to 8 a.m. Weekdays. Today's Friday, right? End of the week. Here comes Easter weekend. And it's not Black Friday. It's Good Friday. I said it was Black Friday. It ain't Black Friday. It's Good Friday. Easter weekend. This is a weekend we chill sometimes. Usually we're hoping for sunny weather, depending on where we live. And we get together with family. And I know the Easter egg hunts happen. The kids, it's a great, great weekend. So in that, I think Easter and some of these holidays are obviously a little bit more magical when you're a little kid, right? From Christmas and Santa Claus to the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and these kind of things. It's a little bit mystical and magical, and a lot of fun when you're a young kid. And of course, as you're a child, you start to learn lessons like Santa Claus ain't real, and all these kind of things as you grow up. And you get these little lessons and things set in place when you're a child, right? Don't eat yellow snow. Don't stick a fork into a light socket. One of the things that has been missing over the generations, and I know you guys can feel this, Santa is real and his name's Patrick. Yeah, exactly. No doubt. Are Mexicans welcome here? Of course, man. I live in San Diego, California. We're half Mexican. Tijuana is my brother, my friend. Sí, yo hablo español muy poquito también, pero mi español es muy malo. So Inglés is mi language preferred, thank you. My Mexican brothers, hell yeah, man. I played soccer all 4 years in high school. I played soccer, so I had some Mexican friends. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, the queen bee's coming out. Oh, dang, queen bee's up in the dungeon. We got a dual workout going on today, guys. We have the amazing queen bee out here. Oh, yeah. Oh, queen bee. She don't want to be on camera this morning, even though she looks beautiful. She's about to ride that Peloton, boys. Yes, sir. There is one thing about coming out into the garage and seeing your beautiful wife bouncing up and down on a Peloton, boys. You should get your wife one of those. What? It's inspiring to know that you're exercising is what I mean, babe. What'd you think I meant? Anyway, so and I'm hoping the connection stays really good today because, guys, I'm doing the screen share, which really helps me out a lot. But we thought, so you guys are like on my big screen TV back here too. So it helps me read your guys' comments so I don't have to look all up close in the phone like this all the time. Last time we thought it was causing a bad connection to the YouTube signal, but looks like it's working pretty good today. So it's awesome. I can just look over at the TV and I can see a much bigger, so I can man your comments. You know what I'm saying? That is funny, isn't it? It's true, though. You'll see. All right. So what we'll talk about, guys, is since everything like when we're a kid, things are magical, right? A lot more magical. When you get to be an adult, things become sort of normal and mundane and that. But all these things were magical when we were a kid. And we learned all these lessons when we were a kid, like don't eat yellow snow and don't stick a fork into a light socket and don't stick aluminum foil into a microwave and don't, look both ways before you cross the street. Doesn't everybody understand all these things? Everybody learned all these things, right? So that's loud. Wow. That was loud. Well, that was loud. Oh, my wife put her headphones on and I could hear me talking in my live through her headphones, loud as hell. She almost blew her eardrums out. But all these lessons we learn when we're little kids, right? And Unfortunately, the lessons that we're taught really all the time have nothing to do with money, right? So for like 3 generations now, people have had bad money tactics because those money tactics have been taught to us, right? So for generations, I got a frog in my throat this morning too, babe. I don't know. There's a little in there. Today's not my day, right? We're going to turn that around though. That's what we do, don't we? If it doesn't feel like it's your day, make it your day. Make it your day. So interestingly enough, guys, these lessons we learn when we're a little kid, right? I know you have them all. Like, don't stick a fork into a light socket. Don't eat yellow snow. Look both ways before you cross the street. I know we all got those same lessons. But there's the lessons, financial lessons, that like most of us were not taught at all. We agree? Type yes or no in the comments. Yes, that you agree. We were taught yellow snow. Don't look both ways before you cross the road. Don't stick a fork in the light socket. Don't play with fire. Stop, drop, and roll. You see what I'm saying? You guys know exactly all of these things I'm saying. We all learned it as kids. Did we all get taught any financial lessons at all? Who's here? Do we get a delivery? But you never know with these darn things. You know how Dexter comes, he'll start knocking on the garage door. He'll be on here like, and then all of a sudden my garage door will knock and Dexter will walk in the garage. You guys seen that before? But it's crazy. Like, so all these lessons, right? That we learn when we're little kids, and they're not financial. And so I thought what I would share, guys, is, let me fix this thing. I thought what I would share with you guys is the five pretty standard financial lessons that, along with don't eat yellow snow and look both ways before you cross and those kinds of things. Don't stick a fork into a light socket. Well, at the same time, can we teach our young children when they're impressionable, right? Because all those things I'm saying, from the don't eat yellow snow and all that crap, every time I say it, I know in your head, it impresses on you because you've heard it so many times. People taught you when you were a kid. Okay? Very common. But what are like 5 financial lessons that I'm teaching my kids, right? One of my daughters is 7 years old right now. The other one is 2, or about to be 2. So 7 years old and 2 years old. As we teach these little kids the don't eat yellow snows and the look both ways before you cross, and don't put a plastic bag over your head for joking around. And, this kind of stuff, guys. We learned all this stuff, didn't we? All the same lessons. I know we did. You're going, yep. I see. Christian, yep. Yep. Same lessons we got taught. Now, did anybody ever tell you guys that money is a tool that's meant to be put to work? Money is not something that's meant to be spent. Have you heard that before? See, no one taught us this stuff, guys. So one of the first lessons, and by the way, what do you want me to do for workout, you guys? I do want to do some working out today. My body's a little sore. I played 18 holes of golf yesterday. I've been getting some fair workouts in this week. My elbow's still a bit sore. And you go, yeah, that's a bunch of excuses. You know it, and it is. So I still got to work out today. So you guys let me know in the chat what kind of workouts you want to see today. Maybe I'll just let you coach me around the gym a little bit. I'll do some sets of this and that. Dexter wanted me to do some female yoga, so I might be able to put that in place. Yes. I see that. Okay. Yeah, Violent Vocals. Violent Vocals. That's a pretty sick name, dude. You must be a singer. Violent Vocals. That's a rad name. He said, same, brother. I'm teaching my 7-year-old to spend her money on things that will make her more money. Invest it rather than spend it on stupid stuff like lollies and Roblox and that kind of thing. Dexter, all about the legs today. All right, sweetie, I will do some legs for you, honey pie. Even though I'm walking 18 holes of golf again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Do you think we can get 10 people from Patrick's YouTube to change their lives by attending our virtual real estate conference? Oh, that's a question Andy has for you guys. I don't know. Anybody on here? Well, let me see. I wish I could see the participants. I wish I could see them all. I can't, but like, Dexter, I know, will probably be there. Christian's going to be there. I know Andy's going to be there. But if you guys Are you guys interested in learning more about real estate investing? Type a yes in the comments, and not if you already have a ticket to the event or you're already a buddy of mine that's already going to go or whatever. But if you're on here, you don't know me very well or whatever, there's a couple of you, I'm sure. But would you go to a real estate conference virtually? It's 2 days, a Saturday and a Sunday from like 9:30 to 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. So it's a full, like a half day Saturday, half day Sunday. And they teach us, they're going to teach us about land, investing in land. So there's going to be a dirt guy there, as they say. I'm going to be teaching on mortgage notes. There's going to be someone there teaching about development. If you want to build stuff, build a house, build a neighborhood, build an apartment. That's something you may want to do in the future. So you got the mortgage notes. I'll be speaking on mortgage notes. I'm a speaker there. We got mortgage notes. You got a dirt guy talking about land. You got development. You got trusts of how to protect your family's wealth in this. Trusts. You have an IRA and retirement account expert there that's going to be speaking about how to blow up your retirement accounts. It's going to be pretty awesome, guys. I think there's like 8 or 9 speakers. And check it out. It's $97. Can you believe that? Yeah, super sick. So it's April 11th and 12th. If you guys go to my bio, I think Andy can probably put the link in here too. Andy can probably put the link down in here in the chat for you guys since I can't type right now. Andy can put the link down here in the chat. I think the link's in my bio. You can, when this video gets published, or if you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can access the written description of a video like this when I'm live, or if you have to wait until I put it up as a recording after the video. But either way, link should be in my bio. Andy can drop the link here in the chat for you guys, but it's April 11th and 12th. So it's coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. So it's coming right up around the corner. It's next weekend, April 11th and 12th. Again, it's Saturday and Sunday. It's only $97. You can get yourself a ticket and you can attend what you can attend. If you can't, I know if you have Saturday and Sunday, the whole day is not available and you won't be able to attend the whole thing. Get it. All the speakers and all the information will be recorded. And anybody who buys a ticket for $97 is going to get a copy of the recording as well. So you can catch up on it and watch all the speakers and all that stuff. But so it's only $97. It's next weekend. And Andy can drop the link in the bio, or the link's in my bio. The link will be in the description of this video, and Andy can drop it here in the chat. But yeah, pretty cool, guys. A lot of good stuff. So if you're thinking of being an entrepreneur and you're thinking of, you want some more cash flow, you're thinking maybe in the next 5 or 10 years of your life, you might make some moves, try to create some financial freedom. Maybe you want to be involved in land investing. Land investing is pretty popular and land is pretty awesome. Do a lot of stuff with a piece of land, okay? But land, mortgage notes, development, investment funds. Oh, the family circle of wealth is going to be there too. Pretty cool, guys. How to make your own family bank and have your kids and your grandkids never have to go to a Chase bank for a damn thing ever. Pretty cool stuff, guys. So anyways, it's next weekend. Hopefully Andy can put the link in the chat. And you want me to show that bicycle? That's my daughter's bicycle. That thing's pimping. Let's go. Blue tires on that pup. But all right, so if you guys want to go to the real estate cash flow conference, that's what it's called. It's called the Real Estate Cash Flow Conference. It's next weekend. Link is in my bio. Andy will drop the link in the chat. April 11th and 12th. Land, notes, development, the family circle of wealth, life insurance, trusts, what proper trusts to form for your families. Oh my gosh, dude. IRA expert talking about IRAs, 401ks, SEPs, health savings plans, all that stuff. So how you can do that. It's going to be jam-packed, guys. Now, remember, the reason why it's so cool, guys, is because this was supposed to be a couple $1,000 to go on the Cash Flow Conference at sea. So the Cash Flow Conference at sea was a Cabo San Lucas boat cruise. We were planning this for April 9th through the 15th or something like that. But it's to Mexico, to Cabo San Lucas, and there's a bunch of turmoil going on in Mexico. So we took this virtual event that was going to cost thousands of dollars for people to attend, and you had to be getting yourself to LA, get on a cruise ship, take one whole week to go on this Cabo cruise, which is awesome. But the speakers and everybody's going to be on the cruise ship. And so it was called the Cash Flow Conference at Sea. But we switched it up. So now the virtual real estate cash flow conference. So it's next weekend. It's $97. So everybody can attend. You can drive in your car and listen. You can sit on your sofa on the weekend and chill and listen, whatever. And there's going to be all those same speakers that were lined up on the Cash Flow Conference at sea. now at the virtual cash flow conference. So you have tiny hands. You know, there's a good thing about having small hands. You know that, right? White lightning. Why is it good to have small hands as a dude? That's right, boy. Anyways, so yeah, it's got to be the worst thing in the world to be a dude that has a little and big hands. I don't know. I don't want that combo. Opposite is better. I'm just playing with you guys. Will not get crude. Ha ha ha. Funny, but I love it. Good to have a little comedy in the show, guys. So, anyways, it's pretty funny. I'd rather have small hands, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want to be able to palm a basketball. All right. It's funny, dude. White lightning cracking me up this morning, buddy. But anyways, so guys, the 5 financial lessons that I'm teaching my kids that most adults don't even follow. It's hard to pick up that cup, isn't it? Yeah, for sure. For sure, white lightning. Oh, that's so funny, dude. Hey, my hands aren't that small, bro. That's a tumbler. Come on, bro. My hands aren't that small. That's a whole tumbler. All right. Anyways. So funny, though. I'd rather have small hands as a guy, just so you know. All right. So there's top 5 things, guys, top 5 financial lessons I'm teaching my kids, okay, that most of us weren't taught. We should have been taught. Most adults don't follow. I know Dexter wants me to work out some legs today, so we're going to work out some legs today. But no, it's all good. But 5 financial lessons. One of those things, guys, is that we've been taught. Okay, so let's go over lesson number 1. Have money work for you. Money should work for you. Money is a tool. So my wife got me 100% grass-fed bone broth protein powder. What can I substitute peanut butter for? Bone broth protein powder is what Andy got. Bone broth protein powder.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah. It's good. It's good for you. It's good for your belly.
Yeah, he can just, it's probably unflavored. He can mix it in anything. Like I mix it in anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so Andy, peanut butter I do kind of more for flavor, and it has fats in there. So if you're trying to add more fats, because there's oils, there's more fats in actual peanut butter. So that's why I put 1 small little scoop of peanut butter in the blender. But if you can't do peanut butter, no peanut butter at all, then you can put anything, guys, anything. Here's the deal. When you're making you can use almond butter. They have sunflower butter. They have almond butter. There's all sorts of different things. Here's the thing. When you're making your protein smoothie, okay, the protein is what you're trying to get extra of, okay? Now, we can put all sorts of different things in this protein shake to make it taste better. What we want to try to do, if we want some sort of better taste, is we want to put some things in there, obviously, that are not high in sugar, not ice cream. No, we don't want to put ice cream in it. We're not trying to do bad stuff. We're staying away from carbs, sugars, and artificial sweeteners and those kinds of things. So put a little bit of honey in there, okay? Get some natural Manuka honey. Natural Manuka honey. Usually you can find these at farmers markets and health food stores. But get yourself, it's not cheap. It's expensive honey. But a little bit of honey goes a long way. Bananas, yes, bananas are good. You got your potassium, your vitamins. You're going to be able to get some of your carbs, daily intake from bananas. But yeah, so put a little bit of honey, put a little bit of bananas. You can make a fruit smoothie. It doesn't have to be chocolate or peanut butter or whatever. You can make a fruit smoothie, and you can add some fruit to it or some blueberries or some strawberry. You can make a strawberry banana smoothie. The point of the matter is this. Whatever you're putting into your protein shake, the key to that protein shake is the protein. Everything else you put into it, you got to put into an app. You want to make sure you're using MyFitnessPal or a calorie counting app or whatever, and accounting for what you're putting into the smoothie. So at the end of the day, though, you can see by how much volume of the smoothie you're drinking, how much protein are you getting, how much carbs, how much fats, okay? Find a beehive. That's the best, honey. Let's go. Yeah, fine. Make your own beehive. So it's just a matter of what you're putting into that smoothie on top of just the protein that you're trying to get. Is we want to we want to be careful about how much we put into that. He has a buddy, Andy, that has 100 beehives. That's so epic. I've saw these at-home beehives now that are all enclosed and the bees fly through a tube from far away. It's really cool. You can make your own honey at home. I'm not going that route yet, but you can get some Manuka honey like at the farmer's market. What you're putting in your protein smoothie, remember the protein smoothie is about getting extra protein if you're trying to hit protein goals every day. But the rest of the stuff you put in there could be bad. Like people start putting 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream in there. And God, it tastes like something you'd get at the soda pop stand or whatever, right? This beautiful milkshake. It's yummy. It's not designed to be yummy, bro. 60-day 6-pack challenge should be 60 days if you should expect not much is going to be too yummy. The yummier things are, my dad used to say this. My father used to say this. Bless my father. My father used to say, son, the better it tastes, the worse it is for you. It was pretty funny, but my dad was into health and nutrition. The better the food tastes, the worse it is for you. Because we get sugar addictions and stuff like that, guys. And sugar addiction is real. Don't trip. It's not just because it tastes good. It's because your body gets reliant upon the sugar and the insulin spiking and all that good stuff. And we want to take that away in order for our belly fat to shrink over time, shrink that belly fat. We want to try to monitor the macros. How many calories are we eating in a day? We don't want to go over a certain amount of calories. We want to be in somewhat of a little minor calorie deficit each day. And then in those calories, how much is protein, how much is fat, how much is carbs? You have to be able to judge that, and you want to maintain a certain amount of those and not going over in the fats and the carbs areas. So update 2 on 60-day 6-pack challenge. Yesterday for breakfast, I had a bowl of breakfast sausage and scrambled eggs, 5 scrambled eggs, 1 egg yolk. The rest were egg whites and meat in there. Was Billy Joel my uncle? No, I wish, though. I wish. That'd have been kind of cool. So, yesterday I had a bowl of eggs and meat in the morning. That's what I had for breakfast with AG1, creatine, and electrolytes to drink. That's what I had for breakfast yesterday. For lunch, I had about 5 bites of this yogurt thing because I was busy with meetings and I didn't even really have lunch yesterday, to be straight. I drank, I don't know, probably about 36 ounces of water yesterday throughout lunchtime and afternoon because I was playing golf out there. So I was exercising. I was getting my calories burnt. I was walking. I was drinking water, burning calories, and I didn't have really any lunch yesterday. So I just had a bowl of eggs and meat in the morning. And then at night, we had stuffed bell peppers. And then we made, to cure the sweet tooth, some awesome blueberry dessert that was high in protein, low in sugars, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So Veritas, they said, don't they have a study on AG1 concluding it's highly expensive and not so effective? They could certainly, yes. And of course, everybody's going to add, there's always a competitive greens company out there. And when you're the top dog, everybody wants to take you down. Well, AG1's been the top dog for quite some time. There's all sorts of different green drinks that come out and want to claim AG1 is overly priced and crap and all this stuff. I think it's basically what you get results from. So I try not to listen to too much noise out there in this world today. But the only way you can know if you're going to get results from something, if it makes you feel better, if you're getting results from it, is to get it and try it and figure it out and then say, oh, that crap was overrated. It didn't do nothing for me. When I started drinking AG1 mixed with creatine and a little extra electrolyte, it started to feel better. I started to feel better. It started to make me feel more clear. I felt like my weight loss was happening quicker. It just felt like things happened better for me when I got on the AG1 creatine and electrolytes. So there you go. All right, guys. Let's get into these lessons today. Hang on one second. So yesterday, 60-day 6-pack challenge, guys, the update on the diet. Guys, if you want to see my updating on the diets every day, then you can go to my Instagram at @ThePatrickFrans. And so I'm taking pictures and putting all my meal plans during the 60-day 6-pack challenge in my stories on my Instagram. So if you go to @ThePatrickFrans on Instagram and subscribe, then you can check out my stories, and I'm posting like my food that I eat throughout the day because we're on the 60-day 6-pack challenge. So if you have any fitness goals, you want to try to get bigger muscles, you want to try to get rid of the beer belly, you want to try to change something physically, and you want to do it in like a 60-day time period, you can join us. You can come here in the mornings. We give updates. Look at Boo Boo over here. Look at Boo Boo. Right, killing it. Boo Boo's killing it on the Peloton. And it's awesome. How many grams of creatine per day? I take one scoop. I take one scoop of the creatine in the mornings after my workouts with my AG1 and my electrolytes. What do you do when you get hungry? Yeah, I mean, you can eat. Guys, the 60-day six-pack challenge and trying to make change like that is not about like, starving yourself. If you want to do some intermittent fasting, that can help too. If you want to go 24, 48 hours and do a fast like that, that can be very, very helpful. But no, we're not trying to kill ourselves here. Yeah, I'm not sure what a scoop is, Veritas. I'll have to look real quick. I can go inside and look, but yeah, I think it's like 5 grams. I don't know what the scoop is, but it's just the regular scoop that's in the creatine. You've heard that increasing to 10 grams can help you more mentally. Well, I need all the help in the world mentally, so maybe I'll try that. Your wife does the fasting. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're doing a 60-day six-pack challenge and you're getting hungry, it's probably because you're not eating the right foods to begin with. Most of the time when we're cutting back off of eating more carbs like we're used to, and if we go to more so of a carnivore diet or more so of a higher protein diet and we really cut down on the carbs, you will feel hungry. And it's not because you need the food. Did you guys know we can go 2-3 weeks without food? We can go 2 or 3 weeks without any food as long as we have water. The human body can. So, if we're saying, oh, we ate breakfast and, what happens if throughout lunchtime, 5 hours later, we're so hungry we can't handle it? That's an addiction. That's a withdrawal. That's why it feels like that. You're not really that hungry. You don't really need that much food, but your body starts to withdraw from the bad ingredients and withdraw from the fact that you're not putting those sugars in. And you're having withdrawals from sugar addiction and from carb addiction. That's real. And that hungry feeling is the same feeling when a smoker of cigarettes goes a while without a cigarette and they start to get that raging hunger inside them, the need to have a cigarette again. That's the addiction, right? Well, the same thing happens with food with us. So once we change, guys, we're day 5 right now, I think, right? Yeah, I think we're of day 5 now. Yeah, day 5 of a 60-day six-pack challenge. It's only 5 days in. So you guys start making changes here recently in the last 5 days. You're going to start feeling some withdrawals. It's not really that you're hungry and you need to eat. Trust me, we can go 2 or 3 weeks without food, but you know what? You're the addiction that you've been feeding your body with, it starts to have withdrawals. That's a tough thing to deal with. But drink a lot more water. And yes, if you drink some like really good tea and you only put lemon in it, not a whole bunch of sugar. Yeah, sugar is worse than Coke, right? Yeah, sugar is worse than cocaine. 6 packs are made in the kitchen, Veritas. You're exactly right, man. So that's why if you guys want to know about the diet plan during the 60-day six-pack challenge, when I'm trying to shred myself down, Coke is more fun. Love it. The one and only Nicole. Coke is more fun, yeah. I may agree with that. Cocaine was never my drug of choice. Thank God. I didn't like cocaine much if I ever tried it, which I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm just saying. No, but cocaine was never my drug of choice. Really bad stuff. Gross. And nor Coke, regular Coke, like Coca-Cola. That was never my choice either. Do I eat chia seeds? I mean, not much. I'm not over here purposely trying to get too many chia seeds. Not much. Nope. So anyways, guys. All right. So the 5 lessons that I'm teaching my children financially, we'll switch it up. Don't forget, the link is down in the description of this video. I think I have a link in the bio. If you want to go to the virtual cash flow conference, it's next weekend, April 11th and 12th. 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, 9 different speakers. There's going to be land, development, mortgage notes, the family banking, life insurance, IRA expert. I mean, you name it, guys. It's going to be jam-packed. And for $97, you get to attend What You Can live next weekend. And then you get the recording of all the speakers. So pretty badass value. All right. So digress. So let's go. We got wifey out doing me this morning. Wifey's on the Peloton, getting her exercise in because, guys, in this 60-day challenge, my wife wants to lose 20 pounds. That's her goal. So she's out here working on it, and I want to try to get my 6-pack back, and that's my goal. So 60-day 6-pack challenge, follow along with us. Check out the diet plan on Instagram @ThePatrickFrans. Now, let's get into the financial talk. That's what you guys come here for anyways. So let's talk about this financial talk. And what I'll do is I'll appease Dexter and we'll start to get my legs warmed up. All right. So financial talk, guys. What are the 5 most important? Well, I guess I shouldn't say most important, but what are 5 financial lessons? 5 financial lessons that I'm teaching my kids that most adults don't follow. And let's go over those and see what you guys think. And no one should take financial advice from me. Why not, Jimmy? You probably don't know me too much, huh? Yeah, all the hard stuff right before in. Get wrapped in a warm blanket.
Jimmy, shut up.
What is it?
Start talking about.
Well, honey, you don't have to worry about me. You just ride your bike. 20 pounds in 60 days doesn't sound very healthy. Well, it just depends on how you lose that weight for sure. And she may give 90 days. Well, guys, and by the way, I'm going to give her a speaker. Bethany wants to run the live today. So hold on. Let me get her mic'd up. You want a mic, babe? Babe, you want a mic? Nope. Okay. Just making sure you don't want a mic. If you want to come do the live, you can, or I'll just put the mic over there pointed at you. It's hard to deal with you and the people at the same time to run the live. But I was just go mic her up. You guys could listen to her. She'll tell you. And by the way, you know who we call her Chef Boyar B. Her name's Bethany, right? We call her Chef Boyar B. Why? She's the one that really works the kitchen stuff out for me, guys, and makes sure I eat the right foods and stuff like that. If you are lucky enough to have a lady that's a wonderful cook, that's a passive-aggressive hubby. I love it. Yes, she's a boss babe, that's for sure. I'm just giving her a hard time, guys. She's barking in my ear the whole time while I'm trying to talk to you guys. That's all. So funny. So how about this, guys? What's the first lesson? Money should work for you. Money should work for you, and you have to figure out a way to get money to work for you. A lot of times we think that the whole theory of going throughout life for 40 or 50 years of our lives is we're taught that we need to go out there and trade our time and our energy and our effort and our elbow grease for the money. You guys? So who's with me on that lesson, right? Is everybody taught to be worker bees? We're taught to be worker bees for sure. So people think the only way to get some money is to go out and work for it. So one of the first financial lessons that I'm going to be teaching my daughter, teaching my daughter is to get money to actually work for her. So there's this switch up of where we can try to go from being a slave to money, okay? Because most people are a slave to the paycheck. So we can go from being a slave to the money to getting the money to be a slave for us. It's just a switch up there, okay? And so when we understand money is a tool and money can work for you, money's a tool and money can work for you, then if you knew you could have a bunch of little employees out there doing your bids and doing your duties for you while you're asleep, if you knew you could have these little dollar bills out there as soldiers trying to gather some new dollar bills for you, okay? Money working for you is important, not you always working for money. Now, with that lesson, one can quickly in their lives change this around from being a slave to the money to making money work for you, okay? So when we get money, what's the first thing that we should do with it? When we get money, what's the first thing we should do with it? This is the lesson I'm teaching my 7-year-old daughter right now. She saved up a couple of $100 in her piggy bank. And we're talking to her right now about, what do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with that $300 or $400, whatever it is? What do you want to do with that money that you've saved? Okay. And we say, what do you want to do with that money? Most parents say, oh, you can go buy yourself a toy now. Or like we said earlier in the comments, the Roblox or the little dollies or whatever the kids want when they're 7 years old. And they see TV commercials, they're advertised, they're seeing on their tablet, this cool new toy, and you got to have this, you got to have that. So, of course, most 7-year-old kids would want to go out and buy something with that material item, a toy, a game or something. It's all good, but that doesn't teach any lessons. So what we're teaching my daughter is, what do you want to do with that money first before you go spend any of it? So that's just the mindset, guys. So in slowly teaching your kids what most adults should be practicing, which is when we get some money, we figure, what do we do with it first to employ it? So think of your dollar bills as little employees, okay? And when you get some, those are new employees that just came into your business. And those new employees need to be put to work in a position. Like if you were running a McDonald's, you're gonna put somebody on fry cook, 2, 3, 4 people on cash register. One person's flipping the patties. So you have employees that are all doing work for you if you own a McDonald's, okay? You can't own a McDonald's and you run the cash register and you cook the burgers and you do the drive-through window and you're the owner. You can't do that. So you're the owner of your own wealth. You're the owner of your own finances. Every dollar that comes in is like a new employee walking through the door saying, hey, can I work for you? And you go, oh, sure you can. I'll hire you. And each of those dollar bills, you put them out there to work. So that's the first thing you do with money is you employ it. You make it an employee of yours. So you get that dollar bill out there working for you, okay? First step. Once you have enough dollar bills out there working for you, you can step back and you can start to spend and buy neat things, if that makes sense. So it's just a different order of events. If we get money and we spend it, y'all, if we get money and we spend it, there is no better future happening. If we get money and we spend it, and we get money and we spend it, and we get money and we spend it, and we will do that vicious cycle until the day we die. You've heard some wealthy people like Warren Buffett and Robert Kiyosaki and these people. Obviously, the statement is true. If we don't at some point get money working for us, we will simply work for money until we die. True. Very true. What if all your employees are employed to work at rent, insurance, and food? Not the truth. Do you have a Netflix account? Not the truth. No. Guys, if you really budgeted down, most people who are real tight, I just live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, but you budgeted down and you really figured out where you're putting all those dollar bills, I guarantee there's places where you are wasting money. We all do it. Undeniable. There's money being wasted on certain things for comfort and for this and for that. Sometimes, guys, we got to hunker down for 2 or 3 years to change our lives. We got to be willing to live a little bit meagerly under our means, get rid of this membership or that membership or do this or do that. Cut it down a little bit so that we can start putting some money to work. You cannot just spend all your money. Otherwise, that's fine. You'll just work until the day you die. That's all. So it's just a lesson. So it's a lesson I'm teaching my daughter is when you get money, think in your head of putting that money to work first before you spend any of it. And once you've put enough money to work and you've got money working for you while you sleep, it becomes a lot easier to buy things that you want, okay? And eventually with that process, don't you understand? With that process, of course, eventually people achieve financial freedom because your money's working for you enough at some point that you don't even have to work for money ever again. And so this is when people hit early retirement, right? Where retirement's not an age, retirement's a number. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody said, excuse me. Somebody said, where are all my employees positioned at? So Veritas, I've got employees positioned in cryptocurrency. I've got employees positioned in a startup company that may go public. I've got employees positioned in mortgage notes. I've got employees positioned in land in Florida where we're building a 32-unit apartment building. I've got some of my warriors out there in a couple different areas out there working their asses off for me while I'm sitting here in my garage gym talking to you. So it's all good, right? Cut down to burger instead of cheeseburger. Yeah, for sure. So there's ways to, in dieting, cut down and do some different things, guys, for cutting and all that stuff. So Dexter's a really good guy to listen to. He's in the audience right now. Dexter's a guy to listen to who's lost 50, 60, 70 pounds. I don't know what Dexter lost, but looks great, man. Dexter's turned his health around and he's done a lot of it with dieting, fasting, and just being disciplined. Okay, being disciplined over time. It's what it's about. So if we can be disciplined for 60 days straight with one another, we're going to see some results. So I'm trying to do the 6-pack challenge. I'm 46 years old, trying to get my 6-pack back in 60 days, right? From going from beer belly fat daddy to 6-pack guy. And I'm trying to do it in 60 days. You got to be uncomfortable to be able to make change happen like that. Oh. Let's see here. I meant cutting back on expenses. Yeah, you got to cut back on expenses. What car behind me? Mercedes CLS 550. And let's see. So we cut out the excess for an extra 150 bucks a month. Where are these employees going to make money? Veritas, you have to choose and educate yourself on where you'd want to put that money to work. Okay? I can't tell you what to go invest in, right? Because that would be silly. You listening to me to go invest your money in something would be super silly. You have to, you can listen to me to get some nuggets, to get some ideas. You can listen to me because I've done some things maybe you haven't done. I know some things maybe you don't know. That's okay. I can tell you. But then you guys got to go research this stuff on your own and get your own convictions about it. Okay? Don't just invest money because a buddy told you it's a cool deal. You got to go and look at what you want to invest in. But of course, guys, can we put it this way? Go in there, Veritas. I had Andy do this once. And you know how, let's talk about Bitcoin for a second real quick. You know how Bitcoin goes up and down like crazy? Bitcoin was all clear up to 120 grand. Now it's back down to 65 grand. There's all this talk about it. Everybody loves it when it's here. Everybody hates it when it's here. Okay, so you know what's been happening to Bitcoin. It's crazy. But just do this, okay? For exercise, someone look it up. Someone use ChatGPT or Claude or whatever while we're on here so that you can show that I'm right in the answers here, okay? So, and Veritas, were you talking about 150 bucks? I think you were too, right? So we let all those extra things go, the Netflix account, the this, the that's, the stupids, the Starbucks coffee, the eating out, the blah, blah, blahs. We make changes, we make sacrifices. So we create an extra 150 bucks a month for ourselves. Now you can take that 150 bucks a month and start putting that 150 bucks a month to work for you. Yes? But where do we do? I don't know. Let's just talk about Bitcoin for a second since it's a popular item. Is that fair, Veritas? Do this in ChatGPT. Andy, I know, or Dexter, or anybody, you guys can do this. But I just want to know, just so for all of us to expand our minds a little bit. Let's say in 2017, okay? 2017, starting then till now. So how many years? Was that 8 years, 9 years? So let's talk about in 2017, we're just talking about Bitcoin right now because I want to give you guys an analogy so you understand. That 150 bucks a month doesn't seem like a lot. Does it make sense? The 150 bucks a month doesn't seem like a lot. We're spending 150 bucks on Netflix, Hulu, this other account we used to use back in the day that's still charging us monthly that we forgot about. 29 bucks a month is coming out. You don't even know it. So there's all this stuff, guys. There goes our money. So what if you put, just do this, Veritas. I'm not talking about if Bitcoin's viable or anything. I'm just teaching a lesson here on that 150 bucks we're talking about. Somebody put in ChatGPT or whatever, and give me this answer. If Veritas was putting $150 every month, not worrying about anything else, just putting $150 a month every month into Bitcoin from 2017 to now, how much money would Veritas have right now? If Veritas had been putting $150 per month into Bitcoin and just investing every month, 150 bucks, 150 bucks, 150 bucks, putting that money to work someplace that has a potential for growth. And I'm not saying Bitcoin is the choice. I'm just using Bitcoin as an example. Just only using Bitcoin as an example, guys. You can do gold, silver. You can do the S&P 500. You can do anything you want to do. But right now I'm just talking about Bitcoin. If somebody put $150 a month into Bitcoin religiously from 2017 till today, how much money would they have put in total over that amount of time? And then you'll see how much money you put in total and how much would it be worth today. And Andy, how much money would somebody have contributed, right? What, 8 years or 7 years times 12 times 150. So how much money would somebody have contributed if they put $150 a month into Bitcoin from 2017 to now? How much money would you have contributed? And then how much would that be worth? So there you go. All right, guys. So Andy put it in the chat. This is why it's such an important step. I'm just trying to tell you guys. This is what I'm trying to tell my daughter. Trying to teach my daughter this lesson. When you get money, you put that money to work first. Okay? Just put it to work. That's what you do with money. You don't spend it because it's a tool. It's a soldier. It'll work for you. So you put these little employees to work. Okay? If somebody, Veritas, would have just cut down on their Netflix and cut down on their Starbucks coffees or whatever, and they would have put $150 a month into Bitcoin from 2017 to now, that person would have put in a total of $16,500 contributed. And that would be worth between 120, well, if we could do the math, but we're worth between 120 and 250,000, depending on price of Bitcoin. Let's call it 150 grand. Okay. So you would have contributed $16,500 over the last few years, just putting 150 bucks a month into Bitcoin, just chilling, doing your thing. Maybe decided not to eat out as much, whatever. So you put the 150 bucks a month into Bitcoin, 2017 to now, you'd have contributed $16,500 total, and you'd have $150,000 sitting there. Do you see the point? You guys get it, right? Okay. So we won't beat that dead horse no more. You guys understand. So money should work for you first and foremost. Money should work for you first and foremost. Money is a tool. Money is designed to go and make money for you. And if we don't put money to work, if we don't make money our slave, we will continue to be a slave to money for the rest of our lives. Ain't no doubt about it. Got it? Ain't no doubt about it. So, pretty cool stuff, guys. So put your money to work. Don't be a slave to money. Make money your slave. That's just the lesson, right? The mindset that I'm teaching my daughter. It's not always going to go that way. We get it. We have things we want to buy. We have things that make us feel happy, fill up our endorphins, and we want new things and so on and so on. All I'm just trying to say, guys, if in your mind you could think differently, only thinking that money's a tool. Money's a tool to be used for you to employ, to go out there and work its ass off for you while you're asleep so it can bring you more money. All right, so we get off that dead horse. What's another one? How about this one? This one might be not so popular, okay? How about this one? High income. Let me put this over here so I can stretch a little bit. High level of income. High level of income does not make one rich or wealthy. How's that? A high level of income does not make you rich or wealthy. Do you guys know any high income earners that are still like stuck financially? Do you guys know anybody who makes a high level of income? 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year, whatever it is, 300 grand a year, whatever you guys think is a high level of income. Somebody's making a high level of income, but they're still kind of stuck financially, and they're a slave to the game still. That's right. David, I'm a good dad. I thank you for that. Beautiful, beautiful. In the S&P 500, you would have made 23 to 30 grand. Oh, well, guys, it's bar none. Bitcoin has outpaced most investment vehicles over the past 10 years by far. But, yeah. But Dexter's saying, yep, I know some of those people, high income earners that are still financially stuck. Dexter's saying he's got some high income earners in his family or friend circle, and they're asking him all the time to borrow some money. So that's another lesson I'm teaching my kids. You can make a lot of money and still be broke. So guys, wealth is not about a high level of income. That doesn't build riches or wealth. What builds riches or wealth is what you're able to keep, and what you're able to grow, okay? So you've heard of the high income earners that are still broke. You see the people making $200,000 and $300,000 a year that are still paycheck to paycheck. So you guys have to think of that too. For some of you on here who feel like you're paycheck to paycheck and you're like, oh man, it's because my low income, man. It's only because I make 40 grand a year and my bills are that. So I just, no. Listen, somebody goes from 40 grand a year to 80 grand a year and they're making double the money they were before. I guarantee most people, guys, that don't have the right mindset, most people immediately up their lifestyle to match that 80,000. And if they go from 80,000 to 160,000, they match their lifestyle to the 160,000. So they're going to get nice cars. They're going to get, a nicer house. They're going to get nicer things. They're going to wear nicer clothes. They're going to have all these trinkets. They're going to have all this stuff. Yeah. But it doesn't build you any wealth or your family any wealth whatsoever. So the high level of income does not make one rich or wealthy. It is how much of the income over time that you keep, how much of that income you get working for you. And in doing this diligently over time, it compounds. Look like I have a lot of stuff? Not really. I really don't. I try to live beneath my means, that's for sure. But check this out, Veritas. I deserve to have a lot of stuff, right? We bought $15 million worth of mortgage notes in 6 years. Produces like $50,000 a month in passive cash flow. We're building apartments in Florida from the ground up. $6.5 million project right now that'll sell for $9.5 million. So because I have followed these lessons I'm trying to teach you guys today, and I'm trying to teach my children, because I learned these lessons a while back and started following them diligently, I now can afford to not have to get my ass ready this morning and go put my suit and tie on and drive through traffic in San Diego to get to somebody else's company and give their sales meeting for them. I don't have to do that anymore. So I have financial freedom, and I'm still living beneath my means, guys. This is an older car right here, by the way. I just take really good care of it so it still looks nice and dope. But that's an older car right there. It's paid off in cash. I'm not fancy. I could have a nice brand new Corvette or something awesome sitting there. I don't want to do that, guys. I am in the mode of wealth building right now. Okay? Wealth building, setting my family up properly, getting our family wealth infrastructure set up to where my kids are never going to have to work if they don't want to. Okay. So that's what I'm going for right now. And when it's all built and when the systems are in place, which is coming soon, guys, next 2 to 3 years with what we have going on, will be set up, and I'll be able to set up my financial infrastructure. And then I'll go and let my assets buy dope shit. That's what I'm saying, guys. I'm just following my own lessons here. Okay. So yeah, you definitely don't need to, try to compare yourself to other people, guys. I've been on this journey as a 25-year-long entrepreneur, and I started investing in real estate and notes full-time in the beginning of 2019. So I put my work in. I'm doing what I'm telling you guys to do. Up your skills, up your smarts, learn what money's about, learn what money's used for, put your money to work, and don't think that you going out there and chasing the higher level of income is really going to change things for you unless you've changed your mindset. As you go up higher levels of income, you start to increase. You go buy nicer cars, bigger car payment, nicer houses, bigger house payments. You do all this stuff, guys, and you end up high level of income, still broke and worried about money. You got it. Yeah, well, you know what, guys? A lot of times, so Veritas is really active today. I love you, buddy. Here's the thing. A lot of the times, the lives we lived were not so easy. The lives we lived taught us some harsh lessons and carved out who we are now. And so it's not like I want to give my children a buttery life. I want my children to struggle and have to figure shit out, because that carves you into who you are. But I also want my children to be able to have more access to things than I had. That's all. And to have a better life than I had. Of course, in certain ways, but I want them to have to earn it and work for it and understand how it was built, because guys, it's not the wealth. Listen, it's not the wealth that people pass to their kids. It's today's subject. It's the lessons that you leave to your kids and your grandkids. It's not the wealth. There's been really wealthy families like the Vanderbilts. They just passed on the wealth to their kids, and after 2 or 3 generations, it was gone. Then there's other families like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds that set up systems and put systems in place and taught their kids and their grandkids how to run the system. So when I'm gone, you guys keep this shit going. And they still are one of the richest families in the world. But you got to look at, guys, there's been billionaire families that just passed the wealth down. No lessons. Just passed the wealth down. And it's very notorious for 2 to 3 generations being squandered. Okay. So it's the lessons you're passing down. So one of those lessons is high income does not mean wealth. High income does not mean you're a rich person. High income. It's all false wealth. People elevate their lifestyle. So you see the people with the Mercedes Benz. You see the people with the $1.5 million houses. You see the people with you see all this. Damn, they're doing well. They're really rich. But you know what? They're still tripping on filling up their gas tank. They're still worried about money, guys. And so one of the things about financial freedom, it's not the money. It's the freedom. Okay, it's not the money. It's the freedom. If I gave somebody $1 million today, a lot of people wouldn't know what to do with it. So shortly thereafter, it might take them a couple months, might take them a year, might take them whatever. That $1 million will be gone. No wealth built, no passive cash flow, no assets, no nothing, because they don't know what to do with money. You get it? So teach your kids first what to do with money, what money's about, How to create assets, not liabilities. How to get money working for them, not you working for money. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is don't worry about a higher level of income. Chasing that higher level of income with the wrong mindset means nothing. You still stay broke. Whether you're making 40 grand a year, 80 grand a year, 120 grand a year, whatever it is, people up their lifestyle to that point to where they're still paycheck to paycheck, just with nicer crap. You get it? All right. So that's not what we want to do. That is not what we want to do. Asset first, lifestyle later, like I was talking about, guys. So assets first, lifestyle follows. Understand? Well, money doesn't make people happy. Money doesn't make people a better person. In fact, one of the wealthy guys I used to know back in the day, when I was a younger man, was teaching lessons, and he said that money is like a gigantic magnifying glass on who the individual already is. And so he was saying, if you're a real asshole and you treat people poorly, if someone gives you $5 million, you're just going to have a lot more ability to be much bigger asshole, if that makes sense, right? If you're a super nice person, you care about others, you're giving, right? There's people that are like pretty flat broke and struggling themselves, but they still give 10% of their money away to the church and try to help homeless people. Guys, who you are inside before you get the money is who you will continue to be, but it will magnify it, okay? So if you're a real jerk and you like screwing people over and so on, and you get $5 million, you're going to just be a bigger jerk, over-exaggerated jerk, okay? So it's who you are already and the things you have imprinted in you as far as your morals and your goals and your theories. And so when you get a lot of money, it's just going to be a magnifying glass on that. Hey, NJ, what's going on? Let's go. Yeah, you need to stop being late. Set this up on your phone and get on here. We love you, NJ. How do I sign up for the course you're selling? I'm not selling a course today at all, but we do have a course. You can go to noteinvestoruniversity.com and you can look it up. But to start with, you might want to just pay $97 to come to next weekend's event. For $97 next weekend, April 11th and 12th, you guys can hear about notes, land, infinite banking, family banking, IRAs, all sorts of stuff. 9 different speakers, 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday. It's only $97. So maybe you want to do something like that before you consider paying somebody for a coaching program. Yeah. So next weekend, the Real Estate Cash Flow Conference, online, 9 different speakers. That's $97. So go do that there, bud. All right. So, so that's it, guys. And then, so the assets over lifestyle, just imprint that. Don't eat yellow snow. Don't eat yellow snow. Assets over lifestyle. Guys, you should think this way. You can start to up your lifestyle once your assets allow you to afford to do so. Does that make sense? That makes sense? You should spend your money on cool stuff when your assets you've accumulated have the ability to afford you that stuff. Understand? That makes sense? Just lessons. I know that it's hard for some people because we've been 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. I don't know how old you are on this show, but you're going, shit, he's kind of right. And I haven't done none of this crap. So if I'm teaching my 7-year-old, my 2-year-old these lessons, do you think if they just stick to these principles as they move forward throughout life, that later when they're 30 or 40 years old, they'll be in a far better financial position than we were? Oh, certainly. Oh, certainly. Yeah, NJ. Sorry you were having trouble getting onto the live the other day, but yeah, don't eat yellow snow. Do you think these lessons will still be relevant in the future? Veritas, the lessons have not changed, buddy. These same principles have been around for thousands of years. It's just financial principle. Yes, there's always going to be some kind of currency, guys, whether it's paper or digital or whatever. There's going to be currency. There's always going to be people working to get some of that currency to go spend on things. This system it ain't going to change, guys. It ain't going to change. Okay, it's the same system, the same lessons repeated over thousands of years. Here's a book to go read. Go read The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay. Put that on your Audible list and listen to it while you're in the shower, for crying out loud. Get it done. Figure it out. Read the book. Go and read Richest Man in Babylon. You'll see that these aren't things I've invented, guys. These are lessons that I've started to follow because smart people told me I better follow these things. So assets first, and then let your asset income pay for your cool stuff, okay? And here's another one. I know this one will get you guys. Wealth building is not a solo project. Say that one more time. Wealth building is not a solo project. Okay? We all think, guys, we got to do all this ourselves. We think that we got to have all the money to be able to do something. Wrong. We got to have all the knowledge to be able to do something. Wrong. We have to be able to accomplish that thing by ourselves. Wrong. It's all wrong. Now, a lot of us, though, even myself, have that mentality of being this solopreneur, this person that's, gonna get it all taken care of. And don't worry, guys, I got it. The kind of thing. Guys, no. Another book, Dan Sullivan, go read Who Not How. Go read the book, Who Not How. So just dropping book nuggets. Go read Richest Man in Babylon. Go read Who Not How. And you're understanding, guys, that a lot of times it's not how can you do it? People are just like, how can I get that done? How can I ever flip a house? How am I ever gonna? You see what I'm talking about mindset wise, guys? It's not you figuring out how to be good at doing everything before you can do it. That's not it. Okay. Who could you bring on board with your vision? Who could you bring on board with your vision that could do what it is you need to get done and could be 10 times better at it than you and actually probably like doing it more than you and so on? Like, let's say, for instance, accounting. I do not like doing accounting, you guys. I hate doing accounting. I hate sitting and doing math. I hate doing accounting. So who do you think I have to bring on my team so that I don't have to do my own accounting? Somebody that loves accounting, somebody that's really good at accounting, and somebody that does it as a profession, and that's what they like to do. Hello. Okay? Who, not how. Who can you bring into your organization that could get it done? Not how can you figure out a way to get it done? Guys, we're not going to be good at everything. You're not going to learn how to be an expert at something so quickly while you're getting it done. No. Bring somebody who's already good at it into your organization. Who can help you? Not how can you do it, okay? So it's not a solo show. I'm going to be teaching my daughters that you do things together. You collaborate. It's the age of partnership. Don't you get it? Uber has the number one biggest transportation service right now in the whole world, pretty much. And Uber doesn't own one freaking car. Okay. Can you go and put your product on Amazon? Can you partner with Amazon and get your product on one of the biggest selling websites in the whole wide world and get attention to your product and sell it by using Amazon platform? Yeah, sure, because Amazon will gladly partner with you in that aspect. Uber will gladly partner with you if you want to be a driver in your own car. It's the age of partnership, guys. So this is not going to be done alone. Building wealth is a team effort. Building wealth is a team effort. Yes. Uber does own cars. Okay, yeah, my bad. They probably do. You get my point. You get my point. Yes. Compared to like a cab company, right? Remember Yellow Cab? Everybody had to own their fleet of vehicles and stuff like that. You get the point. They may own some cars. Hell, now they've got that autonomous one, right? Called Waymo, where there's not even a driver. It's just a car that comes to pick you up. It's pretty wild. But you get it, guys. It's the age of partnerships. It's the age of working together to get to accomplish the goal. So when you want to start to build wealth, just don't think of it as a solo job. You're going to have to learn from other people, be mentored by other people. You might have to bring some people into your organization, the who, not how, the people that are better at stuff than you, so you can get people to do things that you need done in your business that you don't want to be trying to get good at and all that good stuff. So you guys want to build a great team around you of people that are headed towards the same direction with the same vision, but you got to get people involved, guys, that are better than you at doing stuff, and build a team of people where you guys can really crush it. Did you know five smart people together with one vision create a mastermind? Interesting, right? Yeah, those Waymos are gnarly. I'm not cool with them yet, guys. I'm like, I don't know. My buddies want to get a Waymo when we were in Arizona. Let's get a Waymo. It's fun. You'll enjoy it. Nah, I'm good. I'll still just work with somebody who has their hands on the steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. NJ, you're saying, do you feel the difference in this 60-day six-pack challenge? Do you feel the difference yet? It's only the 5th day, and I do. NJ, that is so cool. That is so cool. And yeah, you start to feel the difference pretty quickly. Guys, when your body is in the same mode for a long time, your body creates habits of its own, your metabolism creates habits of its own, and you're on the same routine, all of a sudden you tell your body, no, we're going to switch that up. And you start eating different foods, you start eating less foods, you start eating more protein, less sugar, and you start exercising more and that. Your body reacts, doesn't it? It's pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm glad you're feeling good, NJ, and doing that. Bethany was down here and did like 30 minutes or so on the Peloton earlier. So we're sticking to it, guys. You know, I told you guys diet's the hardest part for me, okay? So I'm sticking to this diet, which is the hard part for me, but we'll see. We'll see if this old 46-year-old beer belly guy, that's me, can get a six-pack like when I was 19 years old. We're going to find out. But the cool thing is, guys, at least you know I'm a parent. I mean, I'm a parent. At least you guys know I'm transparent. And I'm going to be on here every day for 60 days. So you guys will see my progress or lack thereof, whether I'm able to get a six-pack in 60 days or not. You know, we'll see. But yes, diet's like 90% of it, and diet's the hardest part for me because I got a sweet tooth. So guys, you don't have to do this alone. In wealth building and in trying to be better with physical fitness, right? You don't have to do it alone. Support systems are awesome. Okay. Let's see it, fatty. Let's see it, fatty. There you go. There it is. There it is. I'm starting to get little ripples. They're starting to come through. Let's see it, fatty. All right. So I don't know if that's fatty to you. I'm certainly not. Yeah. See, it's just got this flub over top of it. It's like an inch. I still got like this inch of flub over top of the old ab muscle. So we're going to get rid of that and see if I can get a real six-pack, a good one, a real, like a formidable six-pack in 60 days. And we're on day 5. So some people are following along with me, and NJ is already having really good results. 5 days in, changing diet, changing exercise regimen. And we have NJ that's already feeling better. Oh, Ajax, why are you calling me names, buddy? We're all chill here, Ajax. We're all chill here, buddy. We don't need to call names and stuff, Ajax. Chill out, bubba. It's all good. Yes, sir, NJ. I love it, dude, because you know what? You do start to feel the change. So what I tell people is like, after a week or two, you'll start to feel the change. After a whole month, you'll start to see change. And after like 2 to 3 months, other people start to see the change. It's kind of a cool process. Oh, it makes you feel better about yourself? Right on, dude. Well, maybe you should join us here, man. 6:45 to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, we talk about how to have a better mindset, how to be a better person, how to do better physically with your physical fitness, how to level up your finances, how to become more wealthy, passive cash flow. So we talk about some good stuff here. And if you don't want to join, you don't want to join. All right, then, Ajax. It was good having you, buddy. Oh, I'll see ya. Ciao. Oh, bummer. Gosh, I like to try to help people, man. But you know what? You can only lead a horse to water sometimes. Ain't that right, guys? All right. You can only lead a horse to water, can't you? But you can't make it drink. All right. So, yeah. Allah, I thought you were chill too, brother. Damn, dog. I thought you were chill too. Well, anyway. We got some good people on here still, so we'll keep it rocking. All right, guys. So let's talk about it. These haters can go and watch somebody else then if they think I'm a scam or whatever. All good. I don't give a fudge. All right. How about this? Start doing things early and often with discipline. Start doing things. A lesson, again, lesson number 4 out of the top 5 financial lessons I'm teaching my kids. Start early and often. You guys know what I'm saying? Or pay for it later. Okay, there we go. So start early and do it often. When we're talking about investing, putting your money to work, having the right mindset with what to do when money comes in, what do you do with it? Do you try to create assets first and then you go buy stuff? Or do you just take your money and go buy stuff and then don't have no assets? How do you navigate that? How do you navigate that? Start early and often. Do you know that if any of us on here would have started investing a little bit of money here and there at age 7, how much money you'd be worth today if you did it over time? Oh my God. Guys, you wouldn't have to work anymore. Okay, so you get that, guys? If you're like 30, 40, 50 years old, when my daughter, because of these lessons you're learning today, and if I actually have her to follow these lessons and to get into her mind that that's how it goes, what great thing, because you know damn well when she's 30, 40, 50 years old, she ain't gonna have to worry about money. She ain't gonna have to worry about, oh, I gotta work until I'm 72, it looks like, because I just can't afford my bill. No, guys. So we're gonna get them out of that with these lessons. So start early and often. Now, does it matter what age you're at? We might have missed the boat here, but you're not dead yet. There's time. There's time for money to build for you. There's time for you to create financial freedom. And there's time for you to build something better for your kids and your grandkids so that when you do leave this planet, you left your mark financially and you didn't just leave your family with a bunch of debt. Okay? Will the U.S. be around in 30 to 40 years? Of course it'll be around. It'll look different. Did the U.S. and the way things operate 40 years ago look different than they do today? Sure. Is the United States still here? Sure. Guys, all this world coming to an end bullshit, it's only more control, okay? Now, who do you think is going to be easier to control as we see all the control coming from government, all the control coming? Now digital currencies, full control over the population. Who do you think is going to have an easier route escaping some of that control? People that are wealthy, that own assets, that have cash flow, that don't have to work, that own their own land. So who do you think is going to be, have an easier time when this whole full control thing comes down on us, which, we're heading there. Guys, I'm telling you, the lower class is done. They're done. They're going to be under full control. The middle class, pretty much done. They're going to be under full control. And the only people that are going to get away with doing things and living freely and being able to travel here and there, at their own will, and that are people that are wealthy and own assets and have cash flow. Guys, it's straight up. So I would just say that if we are worried about the sky is falling, if we are worried about the United States is falling, if we are worried about this total control and government control, if you have worry about that, the number one thing I'd be doing is get the hell off of the video games, get the hell off of the Netflix, get the hell off of the next cool movie, stop watching the NFL football game and who's going to win next week's game. You got shit to do. You got to start building your infrastructure, okay? So that you cannot be your strings not pulled by the puppet masters. It's going to have to do with wealth, assets, ownership, trusts, protection. And guys, all this stuff that I'm talking about, we're going to learn it at the virtual cash flow conference coming up next weekend, the 11th and the 12th for $97. You're going to learn about family banking, infinite banking, life insurance, investing in land, developing structures, mortgage note investing for cash flow, retirement account, blowing it up. Oh my God, for $97 next weekend. So you're going to hear all this shit from real experts. You guys got to join. You got to come check it out. Okay. So start early and often getting your money working for you and have that mindset and start early and often, and your future will be much, much better. Okay. How many of you thought you'd be in a better place when you were 20 years old? You were 20 years old and you were thinking of where you'd be when you were the age you're at now. And how many of you guys thought at 20 years old that once you were 40 or 50 or whatever age you are, you'd be in a better position financially? How many of you are still kind of stuck in the same financial position you were in when you were 20? Just nicer stuff, bigger apartment, bigger house, nicer car, that kind of thing, but still stuck in the same place you were when you were 20 financially. Same thing, right? Same thing. Andy, it was good having you, brother. Got to go, got to do stuff, got a meeting at 11. Let's go, Andy, get to work. Let's go. Let's get some stuff done. We are going to host this conference not this weekend, but next weekend. And you guys got to get yourself a ticket. It would be awesome to have you there, but you're going to learn a whole bunch of stuff. All right, guys. So the start early or pay later, you understand? So what's interesting, guys, is that most of us as adults were never taught these lessons. A lot of people end up trying to spend their 30s and their 40s trying to figure all this out. Because from when we were born to the time we were 30 years old, we never heard any of this stuff. No one ever taught us any financial lessons. No one ever taught us what money was supposed to be about, how to, invest money into assets over liabilities. No one ever taught us these things. What benefit do those holding the conference have? Will someone attending a conference learn anything of substance? Yeah, Veritas, man, you're negative, brother. Jesus. Yeah, of course, bro. There's people that run multi-million dollar development companies and Nate Hare, who works for one of the largest IRA custodians in the United States of America. These are the people we've lined up to give you guys good instruction. And what do we have? How do we benefit? Well, first of all, guys, we benefit because I'm a speaker at the conference. I'm speaking about mortgage notes. So I'm a speaker at the conference. So if you were a speaker at a conference, would you want to push people there to not only hear from you, but also all these other great speakers and get some education? Of course you would. So that's it. It's $97. And I'm a speaker at the conference. So of course I would advertise, I want you to go. I want you to go. You can listen to me talk about notes and do case study breakdowns and how you can make cash flow with notes. And then you're going to talk about land and development and all this other crap, guys. It's going to be bitching. It's going to be bitching for $97. So do most people end up spending their 30s and their 40s, years 30s and 40s, trying to figure all this out because they hadn't done things quite right up till then? So would you be selling anything at said conference? I'm certain there's going to be people selling their services there, right? We even have vendors. So there's vendors that aren't even speakers at the conference. So there's going to be services there. There's going to be things that can help you with your business. There's probably going to be coaching programs that you can join or not join in different avenues, and all that stuff is designed to help you become better. Me specifically, everybody here knows I sell a program called Note Investor University, and I teach people how to invest in mortgage notes. Everybody knows that. People can sign up for my program today. You don't have to wait for the stupid, you don't have to wait till next weekend for the conference. Everybody knows I have a course that I sell. I teach people how to buy paper and not property. Veritas just new though. So it's all good, man. Subscribe to my channel, hit the little notification bell. You can come here and we can talk physical fitness and finances if you want to, Veritas. The conference is next weekend for $97. You get 9 speakers, 2-day conference, the recording. It's cool. You might want to start upping your level of skills. When you up your level of skills, it allows you to be able to do more things. So in 2017, I didn't know what a mortgage note was. In 2018, I learned what it was. By 2019, I was well studied and we started to invest in them. And then since 2019 to now, we've purchased over $15 million worth. So it was because I started to change who I was, change what I thought I knew, get around different mentors, go to conferences, listen to people, take notes, up my level of intelligence and up my level of skills, gives you the ability to go out and do things you weren't capable of doing before. And you can change your life pretty quickly. And guys, one $97 conference like the one happening next weekend could be life-changing for you. It's not bullshit or cliche, I'm telling you. Something you learn, somebody you connect with, something that happens during that little Saturday and Sunday event could put you on a different trajectory to change your life. So, yeah, Bethany's reassuring you guys on what I've been saying, which is yes, there's going to be mortgage notes, how to build wealth, how to protect your assets, creating generational wealth, utilizing life insurance for banking, all of that. And one of those things might just be the spark for you to make a change if you're looking to be wealthier, if you're looking to learn how to, get some passive cash flow in your life and change for the better financially. But most adults don't even follow the lessons that we've talked about today. Fair enough. They seem simple. They're age-old lessons. Go read The Richest Man in Babylon. You can see that these are thousands of years old, these lessons. They're called wealth-building principles. They don't change. It's a principle. Like what goes up must come down. You get it? There's principles, guys. These are wealth-building principles that are proven, not guesswork. I buy them all, Veritas. We buy performing notes. We buy sub-performing notes. We buy non-performing notes. We buy them all. Buy them all. But so guys, I shall bid you all adieu. It's been fun and all that. I'm going to get to an actual workout here, but I really did want to have like a face-to-face with you guys today because these financial principles we can all follow better when you're younger because you have time on your side, but it doesn't matter what age you are now. I don't know what you mean, Veritas. I didn't get that. How much was invested to own 15 million in notes? Well, we buy notes at a discount. So I get my notes at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% discounts depending on the asset. But anyway, neither here nor there. Veritas, I always usually in the description of the videos. I used to be able to hang on to, I'm only 5'7". I used to be able to hang on a 10-foot basketball hoop. So I used to have hops. Now I'm a little older and I have 3 knee surgeries on my right knee. So the hops ain't exactly what they used to be. You know what I'm saying? I also used to be able to jump kick an 8-foot ceiling in a house, but that was back in the day. That was back in the day. So guys, come join the virtual real estate cash flow conference. It's next weekend. Get a ticket. It's $97. You're going to learn about land, notes, apartment development, trusts, IRAs, 401k, everything. I can still jump pretty good, but guys, 3 knee surgeries will do it to you. Once the doctor goes in there with the knives and the lasers and does something to your knee, never the same again, unfortunately. So, but I appreciate that. Yep. So let's go, guys. Join the conference next weekend for $97. The virtual real estate cash flow conference, if you want to get some nuggets. Yeah, I know it sucks, dude. I used to play soccer and I used to love all sorts of sports, tennis and stuff. And I really can't play much anymore because my knee's so bad. But the rest of my body's good. If it weren't for my right knee, man, I'd still be killing it like I'm a 25-year-old. But unfortunately, the knee busted. I tore my ACL. I had some damage to my femur bone. There was a lot that went on with my leg and my knee. 3 surgeries later, I can just walk down the stairs and it goes click, click, click. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, neither here nor there. Guys, it was fun today. And, like I said, hopefully if you want wealth building tactics, if you want to learn all sorts of different real estate tactics, if you want to learn what kind of trust you should establish to protect your wealth, protect your belongings from being sued and those kinds of things. So all sort of nuggets that are going to happen next weekend. So real estate virtual cash flow conference or virtual real estate cash flow conference. Tickets are $97. It's 2 days. You get the recordings. It's pretty badass. So down in the description of this video, you're going to see the link and where you guys can go ahead and join us there. It'd be awesome. And then guys, I want you to have a great weekend. Maybe start to think about some of the wealth building principles that we've learned today. Start to think which one of those things you're not really implementing in your life. Starting today, could we start to make the change? We may not be 7 years old and have all that time on our side for compounding and that kind of thing. But if you're 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, there's still a lot of life to be had, guys. And compounding interest is a hell of a drug. Okay, so if you guys start to think differently about your money, if you start to understand that money should be thought of as a tool first to go out and earn you more money, not just money being a tool to buy you things. Okay, it's just a mindset shift. So we start to put our money to work for us. Perhaps it will reduce the amount of time in life that we have to work for the money. Buy assets over liabilities, get assets to pay for your nice things. You guys get it? These are just wealth building principles. So go check out the book, Richest Man in Babylon. Go check out the book, Who Not How. Maybe these guys will help you to get this into your mindset, these principles. It's a shift of mindset that usually what has to happen first for the physical world around us to change. So keep up with us, guys, on the 60-day six-pack challenge. Go to my Instagram at @ThePatrickFriends and follow so you can see the diet plans that we're leaving in the stories all day long. But we are on this challenge trying to get a six-pack in 60 days. We're on day 5. We have the real estate virtual cash flow conference coming up next weekend for $97. There's all sorts of fun stuff going on, guys. So follow along and let's keep each other motivated physically and financially. Let's get in our best shape ever physically. Let's get in our best shape ever financially, no matter what age we're at, no matter where we're starting from. But today's the day. Let's start to make the shift. All right, y'all. So it was fun times. We'll see you on Monday.